Welcome to episode 1. He is Lais, and I am the coach. And that is the name of our show.
Everything stems from our identity.
You can still take a chance and take a risk, right?
What is the level of intention and attention that you are putting forth?
To us, success is being able to live life on our terms.
You're either going to take care of your health by choice or by obligation. So make it a choice now.
But it's about the experience.
If you're part of the living, you're going to have life.
What if it is better than you even thought?
We all have that limitless potential.
The fear that steps into most people paralyzes them.
I don't think anyone's ever said any of the shit you just said, which is amazing.
There's a lot of parts of you that you should let go of.
You have time for all of that. You have time for this too.
Guys, we are back.
We're back, bitches!
Welcome, everybody, to Lais and the Coach. Welcome, everybody, to Lais and the Coach. And on today's episode, we have a very special guest. And considering that it is the first day of spring, we are so excited to talk to Lindsay from Mick Farms. But before I even get into a little bit more of why she's here, I do want to share a couple of different things with you. Number one, when we first moved to St. Cloud, Mick Farms was like one of the reasons that we decided to stay. It was around the corner from our first house. And it was, at the time, we moved here during the toilet paper shortage of 2020. And at the time, we wanted to get away from the city. And she ended up finding you on Instagram. And when we had a farm, like 3 minutes from our house.
What?
It
was the first place we went.
It was a dream for us.
Yes.
So it's a very special thing for us.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And the other thing is, when we first started dating, our first conversation about kids ended up being a little bit of an argument because she kept insisting that kids need to eat vegetables and fruits and all those things. I said, fruit and vegetables aren't what they used to be. I said, unless you get it on a farm, like, you're not going to get nutrients out of the stuff they have at the grocery store. She's like, no, you have to. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. I said, they put all kinds of things in the food.
Soil.
I'm like, you got to get farm quality food. And we ended up still staying together and having a baby. So
He still doesn't eat vegetables.
unless they come from the farm. So
Yeah.
with all that said, I think it's adequate that the first day of a new season, we end up talking to something that's very near and dear to us, which is the quality of our food. And what better than to have somebody on the show that works on a farm, lives on a farm, and
Owns a farm.
It's like, we have so many questions. So Lindsay, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
We're
Our
excited.
pleasure.
We're excited.
So we have to start at the beginning because before we get into any of the details, it's like, have you always lived in St. Cloud? That's my first question. No. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
My husband and I were both from Kissimmee.
Okay.
Okay.
We were both born in Orlando.
Okay.
And then we lived over by Champions Gate.
Okay. Davenport.
Like Davenport area?
Yeah.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time there
We were
last
still
year.
in Osceola County, but
Okay.
it was right there on the line. And then we moved to St. Cloud. The farm opened in 2018.
Okay.
So were you guys did you guys have prior farm experience?
Aaron always grew up gardening, and I think his uncle had a farm, so he would go and help him during the summer. And when we were dating, he had a garden, so he was always bringing me green beans and other things too. And then after we got married, we had a garden at home, and then I think it was in 2010, which I think 2009, I think the economy crashed.
Yeah, 08, 09. Yeah.
So building had stopped, and that's what he was working in that industry. And so he's like, well, everyone's got to eat. So he started growing green beans, and then kind of just got bigger and bigger.
At your house, just farming, gardening at home.
Yeah. And I still pull up
fascinating.
pictures, and it's the little plot at home. And then he found some more property, and he would lease it from friends, and then
And started just growing
So,
stuff.
so for anybody that's watching or listening that doesn't know, what is the current version of Mick Farms? Like, what does it encompass?
So I guess right now, currently, we are located on Canoe Creek Road on 32 acres. We are known for you pick strawberries, you pick pumpkins, and you pick sunflowers. And then, of course, I think everyone loves Aaron's sweet corn. That's another popular crop. And then seasonal crops that we plant all year.
Like these onions, I'm so excited about these onions.
We're gonna talk about.
We're gonna get to all of it.
All of it. So let me ask you: was the vision always to like have what you guys have now?
Yeah, and we hope it, gets bigger and better. We're
So-
trying to build like generational wealth for the kids, and
I love that. So, okay, so 2010, he's in construction or building or whatever it is that he's doing. The market crashes. He decides people gotta eat, we gotta pivot. So
Yes.
at that time, farming wasn't really in the plans, or was it already?
No, not really. Because he gardened at home. He'd come home and he'd pick like his squash and zucchini, green tomatoes, and then he'd come in. The kids would help too. And then we would cook dinner.
And how did you get involved in the whole thing?
With the farm?
Yeah.
Let's see. I joke because he was, at first, he wanted to hire a marketing company, like advertising and marketing. And I was like, no, I can do it. And I think after looking around and realizing that's expensive, he's like, okay, you can do it.
It's interesting because I remember when we went to the farm for the first time, I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's so big, and how cool that you can get your own, pick your strawberries and all the things. But I remember thinking, I'm like, their Instagram game is so strong. It's I thought someone else did it, because you think like, not to sound like ridiculous, but you think like, okay, these farmers like know their crops, right? Like
Yes.
people know their thing. They don't really know like outside things a lot of times. So I'm like, okay, like they farm, they do these things, and somebody else has got to be running this like extremely aesthetic Instagram page that's like, you have like the stamps and the colors and the fonts, and I'm like, that's so cool. Who's doing that? And when I realized it was you, I was like, holy crap, like that's crazy that you have, I know that your husband does a farm. We talked about off camera how her husband does all the farming, but it's a really cool side of the business for you to do. Were you doing that before, or were you doing something else? Were you just stay-at-home mom?
Yeah, just a stay-at-home mom.
So let's not skip to social media
I get
marketing
excited.
yet. I actually want to know like meat and potato stuff about the farm. Like, what is it like? Like, what's the day-to-day operation like at the farm? Are the kids involved? How much of the load is on your husband? Like, how does it all work?
Yeah, what's it like to have a farm?
It's crazy. And I feel like the best way to describe it is each day is not the same day.
Okay.
So you wake up and you think you have a plan, but then you go out and you're like, the worms are in this crop, or something's wrong with this crop, or the water failed, or the irrigation pipes got clogged. And I'm kind of just speaking on stories that the boys tell me, because I'm not always out in the field.
Okay, but you've heard.
Yes.
Okay.
They would have way more stories. But typically, like, you wake up, you eat breakfast, feed the animals, and then check the crops, pick the crops. And then there's certain kids that are just really good at certain things. So one might get on a tractor. One might...
How many do you have?
8.
8
kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What ages?
So our oldest right now he just had a birthday in December, 22.
Okay.
And then our youngest is 9.
Wow. And they all live at home?
Yes.
Okay. And do you guys live on the farm?
Yes.
Awesome. Even
Love that.
better.
I love that. Okay, so then different kids have different things that they're good at. So somebody might get on a tractor, and then somebody else is doing what?
Like some of them will check the beehives. We have one boy that's really good at that. He likes doing that.
Do you guys do your own honey?
Yes.
I should have gotten
He's
honey.
like, he's not afraid of the bees. He has his own bee suit. So he'll go and he'll check that. And then one of the other boys will like check the irrigation pumps and make sure that they're working, and then just that they're running. And then we kind of monitor like which one's running at what time, because we don't run them at the same time.
Got it.
I love that.
And then are the kids, our son is homeschooled. Are the kids homeschooled?
Yes.
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 They always been?
Yes.
And how does that work?
Aaron and I were both homeschooled as well.
Okay.
So I can't remember. I think he went to like kindergarten or first grade.
Okay.
At Reedy Creek. And then I was homeschooled from 6th grade and up.
Okay.
So we both kind of just...
Like that was the way it was going to be.
Yeah. And you guys do your own
We
curriculum?
grew up doing it, and then we're like, oh, this is easy. We're just going to keep going.
That is
I love
amazing.
that. We love that
amazing.
too. Amazing. It really works for us too. I love it. I think it's the best thing ever if you can do it.
At first for us, it was a schedule thing. Like it was easier for us to not have to like manage our day between drop-offs and pickups.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the initial reasons. And then obviously when he was young, the separation part. But as he's going to be 11, so we are 5 or 6 years into the
he's always been
homeschooling,
homeschooled. Yeah.
right? So as we've done that more, it's become more the way that we want to do it. Like we wouldn't do it any other way.
Yeah.
Even regardless of our schedule, we just wouldn't do it another way.
And it's crazy too because we've been to the farm so many times and your kids always make conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everyone always wants to talk about how homeschool kids are not social. Your kids are like, they work the farm stand,
Mm-hmm.
they help you, they talk, they want to play. Like they are just so outgoing. Like it's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
hopefully those like standards have changed over the years too.
Yeah, right? Like we need to like do away with that, the misconception.
Well, I think the stereotype was always that the kids that stayed at home for a reason, not by choice.
Yeah, because they were special.
Or, or problematic or...
Right,
it
like
was
something was off.
It was always like viewed that if you were a homeschool kid, like
you were
something
off,
was,
like you were weird.
And now it's the opposite.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're so smart and just with it because they're getting all this life experience and they're not stuck
Right,
in
like
school.
how would they ever learn any of the things that they know if they weren't at home?
Right, all the stuff that they can do at the farm is so much more valuable than algebra or whatever the hell they're teaching you how to do.
And
Square dancing.
They know way more about farming than I do.
I'm sure.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm sure. So they will never be hungry.
That's true.
Which is critical. You would think, right? You would think. So,
okay, but wait, really quick. So 2018, he's like, honey, I've been leasing spaces and now I want to get my own farm.
Well, okay, I should back up. After he started growing green beans in, 2011.
Okay.
He then found another piece that was, I think, a little bit bigger, and he liked always looking at the soil, and I think the second piece, he liked that soil better than the first piece. So he did corn and cauliflower on the second piece, and then eventually just kind of kept getting bigger and bigger. At one point, he was leasing 300 acres.
Wow.
So he was growing more on a commercial scale. So working with a broker and things like that. And so you you grow everything at the same time, and then you harvest everything at the same time. And then they would send semis out, and you have picking crews, and you pick it, and then it goes to typically, I think, the state market, in a packing house where they chill it.
Okay.
And then they the broker, that's his job to distribute it to stores and things like that.
And that wasn't at the location you guys are at now. That was
No.
something else that he was just doing.
So I think he did commercial farming for 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And then it's just really hard because sometimes if crops fail or the weather, hurricanes kind of destroy your whole corn crop. So it's hard to just afford the lease and keep going. So I think he's you know what? I think I want to try retail farming.
Okay.
So
then
then
when he did that-
we got the piece on Canoe Creek, which is we got it from a friend. So
Very cool. Very cool. There's probably a million misconceptions about how the food that we consume actually makes it to the store, right? When you said he was doing farming at first, commercial farming, how much of that do people actually get fresh? What's the process from picking the crop to store? I guess is my question.
Do you know?
time wise,
Yeah.
I think it varies based on location. I know some of our crops went to New York,
Okay.
So, we would pick it. It would go to the market. So I think it was like maybe a 3-hour drive, maybe 2 hours. And then they chill it at a certain temperature, I think, to like hold it kind of in a
keep
way.
it fresh.
And then the next day, I think it, ships out.
And then I have so many like jumbled up firing at once.
Yeah.
So do you guys at that time, was it going to like big chain supermarkets, or was it more like smaller stores, mom and pop, farmers market?
We were told like big box stores.
Okay.
So like I think Whole Foods or the Fresh Market, things
Okay,
like that.
that makes sense.
But I'm not sure. We never really...
Right.
Right.
So like, for example,
you weren't on that side.
You walk into a Publix, right? And you have everything at any given moment. Like short of like a pomegranate or a star fruit or something just like really out there, there's everything year round. You have avocados year round. You have papaya, even if they're white and pale. You have mangoes. You have everything. Every fruit and vegetable you can possibly think of is available 365 days out of the year. How is that possible when there are seasons for things? It's seasons for something when it's like BOGO, or it's like 3 for $10, or it's like they're trying to get rid of it. There's mangoes are $1, right? Then you're like, all right, it's season. But otherwise, there's mangoes year round. How does that happen?
For me or the grocery store?
I guess
for both.
Both, yeah.
I know, you can source like anywhere and everywhere. So most of the time, our avocados come from Mexico because a lot of our customers like them. So we just kind of stick with that certain brand.
Okay.
And they I think, get shipped in like.
But how do you grow that at a season where it's not? Is that a thing? Like for example.
So I guess since it's a new season, are there seasons for growing specific things? Like, are we under the false impression that...
And like, I think every state is different too.
Okay.
So like mangoes and a lot of the, I guess, tropical fruit, right now we're getting them from Brazil and Peru.
Oh, because the seasons are opposite.
And they have they grow a lot of mangoes.
Yeah.
And
because right now it's summer in Brazil.
They're really good. So we kind of just stick with those. And
okay, that makes sense then. If you're sourcing it from different places in the world, not just you even the grocery stores, and you're sourcing it there's always availability because it's always summer somewhere, or spring or fall or whatever.
Okay.
And then upstate or the states up north, their summers are gonna have more crops. And then when obviously it's snowing, they're not growing much. So I think their seasons are a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But probably opposite from Florida because of our heat.
And then you just had a freeze too.
Yes.
At the farm. So we get frozen here too.
Shocking.
I know.
Right. How does that affect the process at the farm when we get an unusual cold front like we've had more than once? We've had a couple.
This was a crazy winter.
It was a crazy winter. How does that affect the crops?
Let's see. I mean,
I guess how does it affect it at first when it's cold, and how long does it take before everything?
Based on what you know, I know you're not a farmer, but just based on what you see.
Yeah, the people listening aren't.
They're not farmers either.
And I try to remember and pick up on things that Aaron will tell people and explain. So then when I explain it, they're like, "Oh yeah, I get it." I know that kind of weather can stress the plants out and potentially damage them. I think the freeze in January we got down to 22 degrees, and so that's not really good for strawberries.
No.
I've been told I think that strawberries can handle temps to 25 degrees.
Okay.
And nothing below. So anything below 25, you're looking at a lot of stress, damage, potential loss.
Okay.
So
do you guys have to cover everything when it gets cold, or no? That would be impossible. Isn't it a lot?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
They just run irrigation, overhead irrigation.
Okay.
So you turn it on at a certain time, and I don't know because the guys always do that, and I'm inside, so they'll go out and they'll do it. I'm lucky; I get to stay inside and stay warm.
Yeah.
And they get to go outside and they freeze, but they will run the water, and they'll just run it. I think all night or for the time period that he wants to run it, and then it creates a blanket of heat for the berries.
Okay.
And then that you like hope it protects them as much as possible. We did have some like irrigation trouble and some piping trouble, so that didn't help. And I know like our left field at the farm got 90% damage, and then our right field, I think it was 30% damaged.
Okay.
Wow.
And then, did you guys want to do strawberries from the beginning, or was that something that particular soil was prepped for?
I'm not sure. I know when we first opened, he did like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, zucchini, jalapenos. And then, let's see, we opened in April.
April of 2018.
Yes, 2018. And then by fall, that was our first pumpkin crop.
Okay.
And then that's when he was like, I'm going to grow strawberries. I was like, oh, okay.
That's awesome.
So then the following year, I believe, yeah. So 2019 maybe. Because you plant in October.
Okay.
And usually the crops are ready by Thanksgiving.
Wow, like we've been to the UPIC how many times?
A
lot of times. And it's always super busy. Like there's always a lot of people.
It's so fun.
Do you get more people come do that than you think? Or is it still like not as, I guess, mainstream? Is it busier than you thought it would ever be? Or is it still...
UPIC definitely draws a crowd.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of people come for the experience.
Yeah.
So
for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Of grabbing your own. And
if you have UPIC, you typically have good foot traffic too.
Yeah.
That was like Junior loves to pick.
Yeah, he does.
He loves to go through and pick the best ones.
Yeah, the one he wants.
And I guess that would be the follow-up questions to not only strawberries, but then the rest of it. But specifically for strawberries, is there something someone should be looking for in the way that they pick it? Like, is there, like, you should grab this one for this reason, or you should try to grab something that's more ripe or less ripe so that it keeps better? Like, what's the secret?
So strawberries, once you pick them, will not ripen. So typically you just want to get a full red berry.
Okay.
All the way from like the bottom to the top where the leaves are. Some people will pick a red berry and just have like a little bit of white on top. Mm-hmm. But I think overall you want a full red berry.
Because once you pick it, that's it. It's
and
done.
Is that the rule for all fruit?
Well, for strawberries, no.
Okay.
I would say each fruit's probably different.
Okay, because before you said the crops get stressed, and like it stuck out because we do talk about like how the ecosystem is, like everything functions the same way. Mm-hmm. How much, for somebody listening and their idea of stress is the stress that they feel, like how stressed does a plant get?
I mean, enough to kill it. Because I know, like, the freeze, you know, it was 22. We got 22 degrees. That's what Aaron had. He had, like, a, what do you call it?
Thermostat?
Yes. Outside. And so that's what he saw. And, you know, he wasn't sure, like, if they would come back or, you know, how much damage they
went through.
Because the plants were frozen for, like, 3 days.
Oh, wow.
So, you know... And then the majority of February, we didn't have many strawberries. But March has been pretty good. Okay. It's still not the full yield that, you know, we would typically, you know, what we're used to having in March. But
yeah.
Does the temperature affect only the plant, or does it also affect the soil?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's a good question.
And then my follow-up...
We need her husband here next time, too.
Well, then my follow-up question is, how important is the soil? Like, for... the plant to actually have the things that we think we want out of them.
Very important, yeah.
Because one of the things, like we say it funny, but not so funny. It's like you bite some fruit and it's like it doesn't taste like anything.
It's like
you know?
Water.
Yeah.
You know, like, and all of the nutrients come from the soil.
Yeah.
So if you have shitty soil, then...
And he's talked about, like, copper and, like, nitrogen and, like, other elements in the soil that he would want.
Okay.
And he would know way more about all of that.
And he would want to add it, you mean? Or that he would
he can, typically I think he can look at the plant and know, like, okay, it's yeah.
That's amazing. How cool.
That's incredible. Is he self-taught?
Yeah.
that's even better.
I love that. We must talk to him too.
But a lot of math and science go into it.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sure.
So I didn't.
But a lot of feeling
I
too,
didn't
right? Like, you gotta
realize
like get
that.
Yeah.
I knew the weather controls a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize a lot of math and science.
That's incredible. I love that. That's so cool.
I
That's
love
a whole other conversation. I know you love math and science.
Yes. Well, because, most of what we talk about is eating.
Yeah.
Like, all we talk about to people all day long is eating.
Yeah.
But I think that from our perspective, we talk about eating, or most of what we talk about is eating for a purpose, right? Like, either for performance or for a specific goal. It's very rare that we get to talk about food quality.
Yeah.
Right? Because most of the people that we talk to aren't really that caught up in food quality, which I think matters more. But everybody wants to fix another problem, and everybody's so quick that they're not even thinking about whether or not the things that they're eating are good for them. They just want a quick solution to something. So then we have to kind of accommodate, I guess is the right word, the needs that they have based on the goal. But eating is literally all we talk about.
Yeah, but everyone's so caught up on the calories, which obviously matter when you have a goal.
Sure. Yeah.
But even if the goal is performance, you want to make sure you have enough. Even if the goal is aesthetic, you want to make sure all that is important. But
if you're not putting good things in.
Right. How many people are like, oh, I'm bloated, or I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you're eating shit, right? Yeah. It's like, it matters. The quality of the food matters. And stuff is contaminated. Even at a basic level, meaning sometimes you look at a bag of rice and there's stuff in it and you're like, what is all these extra ingredients? It should just be rice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or salt should just be salt. And nothing is just the thing anymore. Everything has so many things, including fruits and vegetables that you would think I'm eating something healthy, or I'm eating something nutritious, I'm eating something with, good value, nutritional value. And you're like, no, there's nothing in it. It's trash. So it's so different.
How does the retail side of farming work? Can anybody go to the farm and buy? Is it open on certain days? How is what you guys have seasonal depending on what's available, or do you guys have things that are available all the time? I know it's a lot of different questions loaded into one.
Yeah.
But
how does your farm stand work?
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, we are open every day. So Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sunday, 12 to 4. You pick is seasonal though, so typically September, October is sunflowers, and then October is pumpkins. And then we kind of fall into November, Thanksgiving time. We'll start with strawberries, depending on how quick the berries grow, because the plants are young, kind of like a baby. Mm. So you just want to be gentle with them, picking wise. Mm-hmm. And then once there's enough, we open U-Pick. So typically it's the first week of December, and then that runs through May.
Wow.
Most commercial strawberry farms stop in March, in Plant City. But since we retail, or we're a smaller, we don't do a lot of commercial strawberry work. So we try to keep it going.
I like that.
To extend.
And I know you guys also have stuff that with local restaurants that sometimes I'll see something on Instagram and it's oh, Mick Farms strawberries. I'm oh my God, how cool. Yes, loading. I don't know if it's Chroma or if it's Canva. There's just these restaurants that I've seen. Yeah. And some out in Orlando too, not just local. Yeah. That's so cool.
Kaya has really good Filipino food, and Coro.
That's amazing.
Is also off of Curran Drive. And then Winter Park Biscuit Company, a vegan place. Uh-huh. They do strawberry shortcakes.
There's a growing trend of farm to table food for the people that are a little bit more conscious of the choices that they're making. Has that impacted the retail side for you guys? Are people more aware? Have you noticed that, or are people still just as oblivious as always?
I think there's both.
Yeah. A little bit of both?
Yeah.
Do people ever go to the farm and be like, what's this?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially your fun cauliflowers.
The Romanesco.
Pointy, yes, the pointy
the
one.
Spiral. Yeah, it's really pretty.
It's so pretty. Or the purple one. It's so cool. But also at your farm stand, you have other things like the honey and baked goods. She bakes the best pumpkin bread.
I know.
I literally avoid it at all costs. I try so hard to just not.
We don't hear the end of it.
I can't stop eating it. I need to eat the whole thing. And it's so good with the strawberries on top of it. So I do the pumpkin bread with the strawberries. And then there's also like a cinnamon roll that you make or a sticky bun or something like that.
Yeah, we haven't done those in a while.
Yeah, I know. You should totally bring those back. Just saying.
But then there are other things, like you guys have beef and you guys have
Ice cream and milk and eggs.
Yeah, like how does that all work? Do you guys bring the beef from another farm, or how do you I guess source that?
Yeah.
So when we opened our farm, we knew that we wanted to bring in like eggs, milk. We're still looking for cheese. We'd like to find a, like a small cheese farm company that we can source. Our milk comes from Sutton. He's located in Okeechobee. Mm-hmm. And then the eggs come from Claremont. So pretty close to us. And then we raise the beef and pork.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes when we sell out of beef, we will source it. Sometimes Sutton will have like extra ground beef, so we'll pick up from him when he delivers milk.
So can I ask you specific questions about the beef? Like, for example, how different is the beef that you guys grow from, and this is not for me, this is for the people listening and watching.
Yeah, right. Asking for a friend.
No. I mean, like I know why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. I thought you were meaning.
How different is the diet that your cattle follow versus what other people do? Both cattle and like chicken and like
and
how different.
You said pigs too.
Yeah,
pork.
How different do they eat and live compared to maybe some of the higher volume stuff?
And I don't really know what like other people feed their steers, so I'll just go off of what we feed our steers. It's just like we buy a local grain feed that they make at the mill I think we go to a mill in Bushnell. Okay. So it's just like a small mom and pop feed store, and they can kind of custom make whatever feed you'd like, and then of course the ingredients are on the label. So
they roam the land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we kind of just...
She's like, as opposed to what?
Being stuck in like
supposed to be in a cage.
Yeah.
So we kind of just pick like what we want to go in it, protein and all that stuff. Okay. And then they just eat that, the feed. They also get hay and water. And then we did have grass in that whole entire pasture. And then they ate it all. So now it's just dirt when you drive by and park in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And how much does that impact the quality of the meat that you're getting?
A lot.
A lot.
Yes. Because you're going to get that marbling on the meat.
Oh my God, I need steak immediately.
I know.
I love like the ribeye cut.
Yes.
It's my favorite because you have enough fat and it's like juicy. I'm obsessed. So how often do you guys have meat?
We had it in stock like all the time for almost a year and maybe 3 to 6 months. But then we just haven't been able to replenish our stock. And then of course beef prices have gone high.
Yeah.
So we're afraid that if we like invest in more cattle that we'll just have to raise the price so high
that it won't. Yeah.
And do you know...
You can't justify paying that when you can go to other stores and get it cheaper.
Yeah.
Do you know offhand, like how much meat do you get out of a standard size cow?
Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, or a steer. They're cut.
I learned the lingo.
But it depends on when they go to butcher.
Okay.
So we like to take ours at 1,500 pounds.
Okay.
And then I believe...
Did you know they were that big?
No.
Hanging weight, like after they do all that stuff, you typically, I think, maybe yield like 800 to 900 pounds of beef.
Wow.
But then if you took a lighter steer, like 1,000 pounds, you might yield anywhere from maybe 300 to 500 pounds.
Got it.
And I could be wrong, but I've just
trying to remember. And do you take everything? Like the organs?
Yes.
The head, the feet, all the things?
We're not allowed to take the head.
Okay.
Because we do sell the beef retail. It has to go through USDA processing and inspection. So all of that is...
So you got to go through the process
safe.
either way.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to keep the head or the lungs. And then I think there's a few other organs, which I didn't know until a few customers had asked for certain organs.
Like lungs?
Yeah.
People want lungs?
Yeah, we had someone ask. I don't know. But we're not allowed to keep that, so.
That's crazy.
But we do take like heart, tongue,
Right, the normal
liver,
stuff.
The normal stuff. The normal organs.
The tail is super popular. I didn't know that either until we
What's
started.
the weirdest thing that people ask for at the farm?
The testicles.
No, I don't think anyone's asked for that yet. Like for beef or
Yeah.
just anything?
No.
Oh.
Anything
If you
in
have
general?
a list is
If
better.
people were like, do you have this? And you're like, what the fuck?
I think one time I handed a beef list out and someone asked if we had Milanesa, if I'm pronouncing it right. Mm-hmm. And at the time I was like, I don't even know what that is. But I Googled it.
So it's just fried.
Yeah, I think it's the way you cook it.
Right.
Yeah.
So the next year that we took, we asked the butcher if he could cut it up
A certain
For
way.
that.
for Milanesa.
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah.
Well, next time you're going to have meat, please
And that was
tell me.
really cool.
That's
So,
so cool.
it
What
is
about
nice
veggies? Do
learning,
people
like,
ask for weird
just-
veggies or fruit? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think you might have asked for.
of course. Do people? Yeah, it was you.
No, this is good.
Guava? Lychee?
No, lychees.
Yeah.
And was it rambutan?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was you. And I was like, I've never heard of either of these. But I found them and
She did find them.
the customers love them. So
You see?
I'm glad that you asked because I
Look at that.
never would have like sourced it or done my
Yeah.
homework.
She
And
makes-
it's a popular
and you make the best
when
guava
they're
jelly.
when they're in season. Like we sell out.
Yeah. All those
And my
exotic
kids
fruits.
my kids love lychees.
Really?
Yeah, and they're healthy.
They're so good.
Yes.
They're so lychee
And
martinis.
is everything that you make with the stuff from the farm, like the bread and the jelly,
Yes.
everything that you make is made with
And
that?
I do love guava.
It was amazing.
love
I know
guava.
she makes jellies and breads and honey and
I know,
like
babe, we get all of it.
it's insane. We need to go. We haven't been, but we have a basket.
How much do you think the kids understand about the quality of food that you guys have, and I guess in comparison to kids that don't have access to farm quality food? Do they even pay attention to that? Is it like,
Or is it just normal?
Is like just
I think they notice when it just depends where we're at and what they're doing and who's around. Because I think sometimes, like if we were to go on a field trip and then they hear all the other kids talk and they're like, wait, that's not where it comes from. Like, why do they think that? Or
Like
like
what?
what do they know that I don't know? So I think when they're in a situation like that or
With other
who
people.
were around, then they're like, oh, I didn't know that. Like I thought everyone knew like me.
right? I thought everybody knew the truth.
How
Yeah.
it grows and how it, yeah.
But they do know that a lot of people love coming and like seeing the animals. Like they get really excited, and you know our kids are just like, oh, we see them every day,
Right.
and we gotta feed them. So
Every day.
sometimes they're like, we don't really like the animals.
Yeah.
I mean, they love the
Yeah,
animals,
but
but there's days that's like, oh, I
course,
don't
like
want to get out of
anything
bed.
else.
I don't want to feed them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like do their chores.
Yeah.
Right. Do you
I
find
love that they're involved.
Oh,
It's the best.
the best. Do you find
I hope they appreciate it when they're older.
They will.
It is a lot of work.
I'm
well,
sure.
then I'll change my question, because like, do you find that is something that you guys are concerned about? Like, are the kids going to keep this going? Like, do they understand the value behind this, or do you see like this one's leaving the second that they
I mean, we have thought about that, but we do hope that like if they want it, then yes, take it over and like run with it.
is there
Do you ever wonder if you're doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Because we wonder that all the time. It's like as conscious of a parenting journey as you're having, like us, where
Yes.
you're homeschooling and you're teaching them responsibilities and how to grow food and how to be a part of a business and how to like
And
contribute.
hopefully a lot of the viewers feel the same way. Like, they're sitting at home like, yeah, I wonder every day, like, am I doing the right thing?
It's such a thing, right?
Yes.
If you're a good parent, if you're a conscious parent,
you're present, right?
present, it's like you're doing all these things and you're like, oh, God knows how this experiment is going to turn out, right?
Yes.
Who knows if they're going to like it, appreciate it, think I'm right, think I'm fucked them up. Like, who knows what they'll think.
Yeah.
But
am I too crazy? Am I not crazy enough?
Yes.
all
It's
of
such
it.
it's such a parent guilt, mom guilt, but at the same time, it's like how could that be wrong? You're teaching them teamwork. You're teaching them like responsibilities, but I know that it's hard sometimes to look at it that way.
And to work hard too. We want them to know, like, if you want something, you have to work hard for it.
Yeah.
And those skills translate, right? Like, even if they didn't, like, stick around with the farm, like, those skills still translate. And I guess ultimately that's what we really want, right? Are they going to be okay?
Right. Even if what you do is completely different. Right. Like, did you grasp enough, which is what's supposed to happen in school, right? Like, I used to say all the time, I'm like, when the hell am I ever going to use this? Or when am I ever going to use that? And the argument from teachers and parents was always like, it's not about this. It's about all the skills that you're getting from solving this problem this way, or from looking at it this way, or from learning this. Even if you don't use this, you're learning the skills that it took to get here, right? So it's kind of the same thing. I disagree with that wholeheartedly now, right? Because there's no way math needs to be that complicated. But anyway, even if they don't do this, which, I mean, out of 8, somebody's got to, you know, I'm sure they will. But it's like, it's like priceless, the experience that they're having and the teaching that they're having, even if they take it into something else. I think it's so cool.
Do people know that Mick Farms is open for the public, like as a market, or do people drive by and they're like, what's going on in there?
I think a little of both. We do get some tourists that will go down to Wild Florida. Okay. And then they'll stop. So we get to talk and see like where they're from. And, you know, we've had people from Hawaii, Canada. That's awesome. Washington.
So cool.
So
what about at the local level? Have you seen, like, because they're building so much here?
I know, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Nuts. I don't even know if you noticed the highway today. Like,
I know, it was on my phone.
Either way. Have you noticed an increase in foot traffic just from the amount of people that have moved in here?
Yes, definitely.
Even since we've been here for 5-6 years.
Yeah, it's been 6 years almost. Yeah. And it's a whole other place in 6 years. I can't even imagine for you.
Yeah, and some come from Lake Nona. And then a lot of people, they'll just be like, yeah, we just moved here. So I'm always like, oh, where'd you come from?
Mm-hmm. So everybody came from New York, New Jersey.
A lot of New York.
Miami.
Yeah, it's funny, those 3.
Yeah, we're all here.
we have a few California.
Okay. But don't blame them. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
So, like, how does the new season affect either what you guys are selling or what you guys are planting? Like, again, first day of spring, new season, do you guys start planting or harvesting new things, or does everything have a different calendar that it follows?
Yes. So with like growing and harvesting retail, he likes to plant things week by week. And he also does his own trays of transplants. So he'll get the seed, and then I've seen the kids do this, and every now and then I help, but they've done a lot of it. And you like put soil in the trays, and then you put a tiny little seed in each one, and then that goes in the greenhouse. And so we do that every week for so many weeks. And then once those trays sit in the greenhouse, I think some are like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And he would know the better timeline of that. Then when they're ready, you would take, like he always tells the kids, you know, go grab like 4 of the broccoli, 4 of the cauliflower, 4 of every crop that is going to grow in that season. And then they'll take it in the field. And by now it's a nice little plant.
Okay.
And then they will plant that into the field. And then that will grow for another 4 to 6 to 8 weeks before it's ready to harvest.
Wow. That's amazing.
So cool.
And then you do it again the next week.
Wow, that's amazing.
So there's like a schedule and a system and that's crazy.
And sometimes like we're late. So then if you don't get those trays in the ground, like every Monday, week by week, you know, come harvest season, if you're late, you know, you're going to have a few days where you don't have crops.
You missed that window.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, well, the next week we'll have cauliflower. The next week we'll have broccoli.
Are there certain things
that
are easier to grow or that grow faster?
Yes. Every vegetable has its different, like I think cauliflower is a 90-day crop.
Okay.
Because my son did a 4-H demonstration on that, and I did a poster board.
Okay.
And I remember 90 days.
Okay.
Squash and zucchini, I think, is a pretty quick turnaround, maybe 30 to 60 days. Wow. And if he's watching, he's probably going to laugh.
You're doing a great job. Yeah, considering you're not the farmer, we're going to get to your stuff, but you're doing an amazing job.
Well, let me ask you that. How much has I was going to ask, is farm life different than what people think it is? But then instead of that, I'll ask, how has all of this impacted your life, since this wasn't really the plan?
It gives us a job where we can all work together. Whereas typically, you know, either the kids go to school, you know, the dad goes to work, or the mom goes to work, or someone stays home and does this. So it has given us something that we've got to grow up, like all of us as a family.
I love that. I love that. And do you think it's
like
brought
camping
you guys
out
closer?
at the farm, like all 10 of us.
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah.
Where we're like all cramming in.
It's for sure made you guys closer, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing. That's so cool. I love
There's
that.
not much.
You need a
room
reality show
for like, you know, secrets, because like you're all just
in one
You're
place.
together all the time.
You can't like leave or hide.
That's so.
Because we're gonna find you.
You're on this farm. We're gonna find you.
Because the second someone we're like, where'd they go?
And do you guys notice the difference in quality of food when you're out? Like if you go out to dinner or something, or out to eat, do you like oh, this is really bad? I'm like,
and I think when he started, you know, even the little gardens we would have at home prior to farming on a larger scale, I think just eating that little bit, but then transferring over to growing on a larger scale, where like at first it was corn, green beans, and cauliflower, and it was, you know, you're growing
so much,
like 300 acres of corn, and so you pick it all and you eat corn for like a few weeks, and you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired of corn. It's really good, but like I've eaten it for the last 2 months.
I'm tired.
But we have gotten used to, like, we just don't eat corn, cauliflower, or strawberries if we don't grow it. Because after eating it for like every week in the spring and then every week in the fall, it's like you go to the store and you get it and you're like, oh, this is not good.
This is not good at all.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I can't even remember the last time I had corn, cauliflower, strawberries from the store. And beef.
Beef also? So
Yeah.
you still have your stash? You want to share?
We just butchered a steer personally for us. So we've been out of beef ourselves for like a year. We haven't had beef either. So like not only have our customers not had beef, but we've been out too. And we just got it back like last week. So we had a roast, I think like 2 days ago. It was nice.
I'm sure. That's amazing.
What direction is the farm heading in? Like, what is the big picture? Is it expanding like where you are now? Is it moving to a bigger place?
We like our little spot, and he thinks that he can accomplish what he wants to on the 32 acres. We're not utilizing everything right now. So there's always room to grow. And I think we both would say, I picture like a bigger store.
Okay.
With like a front porch and rocking chairs and like a screen door that you shut like back in the old days. Like with slam.
Yeah.
And you know,
she's like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
person.
There's an American flag blowing in the wind.
Yes.
And you know, just customers, whether you need produce or you're like, I just want to sit in the rocking chair and like talk to your friend and enjoy tea, sweet tea, and boiled peanuts.
Yes. Oh my God, I
but
love
then
boiled
also
peanuts.
if you need groceries, you know, you just go inside and get groceries. So I think like we eventually want to build like a bigger inside facility so that way we can keep it cleaner. Because it is hard to an outside stand just
something like that is
dirty
so missing.
Fast.
Yeah, I'm sure, but that's missing like in general, and I think people are so disconnected, and anywhere that people hang out is so like industrialized, like whether it's a Starbucks or something like that, like a bar, right? And it's like, how cool would it be to be in a place that is like just a sanctuary where you are on a rocking chair and just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, just like an old country store.
Yes,
Love
but
that.
like in 2026, 2027, right? Like it's
like go inside and there's AC.
Yes.
But then I do picture like a cute little front porch.
Yeah, I love
where people
that.
can just like hang out and, you know, slow down.
Yes.
Because we're always so busy.
I love
One,
that.
you know, we do a lot of transformations for a lot of people. And my next question is about one of the things that matters most in transformations, which is patience, right? Like what has the growing of crops, or I guess all of the things that go into being on a farm, taught you about patience or timing?
Even the growing of that business, right? Because you're on that side of things.
Right.
Yes, definitely patience, because it just doesn't happen overnight. And
is it hard?
There's
Like
a lot of waiting.
Was it hard at the beginning?
Yes, because in the beginning, when we first got the property, it was all filled with trees. So he had to clear it.
Oh, wow.
So what it is today, like, and there's still trees in the back, but the most part.
But the open field that you have now was not an open field.
No, it was all trees.
Wow.
And it used to be an old citrus grove, but then just, grew up. There were like just trees everywhere.
Wow.
And do you see that?
Big trees.
Do you see that in the kids? Like, do they have a better understanding of being patient, considering that, you are growing food at whatever rate the food is going to grow? Like, have you noticed that they are more patient, or?
Depends on the kid.
Yeah. Depends on the kid.
Okay, so that's like a universal.
That's a universal
I
thing.
think we just have one that is not patient. And we all know who that is.
So what is your side of things in terms of the farm? I think it's so cool because, like you said, like, you were a stay-at-home mom. He was doing something else, decided to embark on this journey. You clearly know a ton about the farming side of things, but it's not the part that you do. I can see so much of myself in that, because that's exactly like when we started, I was telling you, it's like, this is his thing, right? And I'm just like, how can I help? And at first it was like the billing, or like, let me, and then he would teach me how to teach one class, and it's evolved so much over time. But I think you've really found your space in there, because you run that farm just as much as he does, right? From the marketing perspective, the social media, which is obviously so important, the baking of the things and making sure that things are, so what is your part, or what is your role, I guess, inside of Mick Farms?
Well, and at first when he would come to the stand and explain things to customers and like answer their questions about the farming side, I would always try to pay attention and remember, so that way if I had a customer come, I could like answer the questions, and I would sound like, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to do that, but I kind of got thrown into the marketing. I know when he grew commercial, we would go to a little market in St. Cloud. It was Osceola County grown, and we loved that market. It was so fun. And a lot of customers, like, he only brought corn, and he would sell out of the bed of his truck, which, is kind of fun and nostalgic. But a lot of customers would ask, how can I follow you? How do I know when, where are you going to be next? How can I get your product? And I told him, like, we need a Facebook page. And he's old school, and he's like, nope. So then, of course, when we opened the farm in 2018, he's like, all right, Lindsay, you're going to have to do that Facebook.
That Facebook thing.
So it was like crunch time. And I'm like, you couldn't have told me this like 6 months ago? Because I am like, sometimes I take forever to land the plane, make a decision, or I'll second guess myself. Or if like when he said start a Facebook page, I was like, well, we need a logo. And I remember I got on my phone and I had this app, and I just I made logo after logo after logo. And then finally I landed on the one that we have to this day.
Wow, that's awesome.
8 years ago, and I still love it. So I'm like kind of proud, because I just sat on the couch and I just did logo after logo. And then it's weird. My brain is like, the second I did it, I was like, this is it. This is the one. And all the other ones, I was like, oh, that's okay, I'm going to do another one. And then I do it, and I'll be like, oh, I don't like it. Like, I'm going to do another one. But then the one that we have today.
That's so cool. And was he on board with it, or he's like, I don't care about that part?
Yeah, he's pretty much on board with, like, any of my, like, funky aesthetically things that I do.
So you did the logo, so you need to have, like, your ducks in a row. But you're not just going to open
So I did the logo, and then we did the Facebook page, did the Instagram, connected the two. And then got the address set up, and then we started with a folding table and a cooler of cucumbers.
No!
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I think there was a gate. So, like, was there a fence? There might have been a fence too. but he cleared like part of the trees. So you could just like pull off and drive through the gate and you just park right there. And we have pictures and it's literally a cooler and a table. And then the 4 poles was next. And then he did the roof and then kind of just like little by little expanded more and more.
That's amazing. And did you guys sell cucumbers?
Yes.
People stop there just for cucumbers?
Yeah, because that's what we had ready in April when we opened in 2018. And then like a month or 2 later, that's when like tomatoes were ready. What else did he grow? Bell peppers, squash, zucchini. And then that's when he started building like the counter so he could kind of lay everything out.
I love that. That is so cool.
The coolest thing.
And we had a lot of help too, like getting started.
I was going to say, like, do you guys have friends, family, like people that have... I could have sworn when I went there that was like passed down. You know what I mean? When you're
and
like...
a lot of people ask that too.
Her great-grandfather or his, like, passed this down and it just goes from
second,
generation.
third, fourth generation.
Yeah. But that's so cool that you guys are like building it from scratch for your kids.
Well, we never have props. So can you want to share what's in your basket?
I do. Okay, Walker, what is this?
That is
it's an orange.
Sumo.
But what kind of orange?
It's an orange.
Okay. These, you guys grow these, right?
Yes, those are sweet mini bells, and sometimes I like to just eat it as is.
I plan on
They're
doing,
so sweet.
I plan on doing exactly that. We have, can you see there, good brie? We have strawberries, the best. Yeah, I could smell them the whole time. Like, that's the thing about fruits. Like, a lot of times, smell this. A lot of times, you can't even smell these fruits. Like, what is this?
Well, and at the stand, like when there's so many sitting on the counter, it does really smell good.
It does. It's like you can smell it. These limes with actual juice in them. Because let me tell you, every time I get a lime at Publix, it's like dry. Okay, I've been wanting to have this. Yeah, you're going to help me. Because I saw this and I was like, what? I need this, the whole onion.
Yes.
And you guys grow these.
Yes.
So you have...
And most, I think all strawberry growers do grow the strawberry onions.
Really? Okay, so this is the onion, and this is like the, what's that called? The green onion part, but no, scallion.
Yes.
Right? But this is a big scallion compared to what we get.
Yeah.
Is it just a different crop, or is theirs fake?
Well, I think just a different variety.
Oh my god, it smells divine. And we have, what is this? This is your aesthetic stuff?
That is my first ever farm magazine, and I brought it just so you could have one.
I'm so excited. Oh my goodness.
Love.
I'm so proud of it. I love it.
I love this. Look at, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, she does the most aesthetic, like jelly and honey and stamps, and I want to open this. And then we also
and shout out, like, some of those photos I did not take, but
you take a lot of them.
I have amazing friends that took them. That are tagged in the magazine.
Cool. And this is your daughter.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Good things happen around our table. Farm, food, fashion, minimalism, aesthetics, kids, and art. This is so your vibe. That's all those things. Oh my god, I can't wait to get into this. Look at how aesthetic it is. Stop it. I'm dying. This is right up my alley. And we have olive oil, and this is cold pressed extra virgin olive oil and aged balsamic vinegar. So you just got these in.
Yes.
These are Greek.
We met her a few months ago. She came in October and sold, and we really liked her product, and she brought a lot, so we got to try it.
Wow, it looks amazing.
And I think she lives in Greece like half the year, and then she'll come and live in America for half the year.
That is so cool. And look, she always does all the cute things. I love it. This is
and
amazing.
most of like the cute things are always like another local person helped. So like an artist did that work for me that I met from just friends at the farm.
Right, like
That's
you make a lot of
amazing.
connections. Like you meet a lot of people.
That's amazing.
That's so
I love
cool.
all of that.
Yes.
I love all of that. What would you say to someone who has something that they want to do, they're thinking about it,
Do it.
you know, but it's like they just...
You just gotta do it. So the magazine I have wanted to do for 8 years. Wow. And I just never did it. And then a friend did it on Instagram that I follow. Her name's Lauren. And I was like, that's it. Like, it just kind of lit a fire under me. I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it.
You're very artistic. Like, you're very, like, you like the pretty things, and you like based on everything that you do. So this makes so much sense.
And I'm hoping that, like, the things that I want to do will bring more revenue. Because let's face it, some of the things that I want to do doesn't bring as much revenue as like some of the things that Aaron does. So
yes, I agree with that. But I think a lot of times the return on the investment isn't necessarily cash.
And it's definitely not money in this aspect. It's
but
joy.
I'm saying in general, right? Like exactly,
Yeah.
like joy and creative juices flowing, and what
Like,
state that puts you in.
I wouldn't have to sell one magazine. I am just happy I finished it.
Yeah, I love it.
And I'm working on a spring and summer one.
Okay.
But
yeah, I think that's an important point. A lot of times people are like, this is not as important, I gotta work, right? Or I gotta deal with my kids, or what he does is so much bigger or so much more important. And I hear it, because you can't pay your bills with excitement, but you could eventually, right? But it's also like you gotta have...
If you have the passion and the drive, you'll do it. Because I was working the stand 7 days a week, and then... the kids are older now, so it's not so much that I have to, like, help them do everything. We're at, like, the sweet spot in life right now. But, so then after we closed, I would work on it every night. And it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, there's times where it's like, oh, I don't feel like doing this.
But the feeling you get from completing it.
And I think I got it done, like, around Thanksgiving, which my goal was... August, September. So I was like way behind my goal, but I still got it done before New Year's. So
that's amazing.
And that feeling of completing something, right? A goal, whether it's it's financial or not, it's priceless. Like to be able to set your sights on something, work toward it, see it come to life. It's such a cool feeling. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. And I love like sharing all the photographs that like people have taken, because it's not just my work, it's a lot of other people's work, and just
putting it all in one place.
There's recipes in there.
I love it. And it's aesthetic, of course. What do you think is the most impactful thing about your current life journey? Meaning, like, this wasn't the plan. It's not generational. They didn't pass this down to you, right? It's like, of all the aspects, from the kids are growing up in this, to you and your husband do this together, to all the different creative outlets that you have, the people that you meet, right? Like, what would you say if you had to, like, zoom out and be like, this is, like... out of all the things, if I had to pick one, this is the most impactful thing about this journey of mine altogether. What would you say?
Such a good question. I know growing up, my parents did a lot of home cooking. And like my dad would go to U-Picks with his brothers. He's one of 6 kids. And my grandma, she was a really good cook. She would cook every Sunday. We would go over there. And like a lot of her recipes are what I have at the stand. And we would go strawberry picking, and we would pick to have enough food for the year. Wow. So like when my dad would go get tomatoes, he would come home with like 40 boxes, and then it was like my mom and then me and my siblings, it was our job to can them and like put them up for the year. So, growing up, when I had like everything, like homemade chili, homemade spaghetti sauce, homemade pizza sauce, homemade salsa, and then your stew tomatoes, which you can kind of take them and kind of turn them into any dish. But it's very popular to have it over rice and okra. I did not know that. I did not eat that growing up, but a lot of customers will come by and they'll buy a stewed tomato and okra, and yeah. But just growing up and having all of that, like, and then he would get Georgia peaches and strawberries, and so we would make jelly for the year, and so then like we just wouldn't have to go to the grocery store, and then of course it's just really good too. And you know what's in it, and it's less ingredients. I just didn't realize until I was an adult that I was kind of spoiled, because growing up like that, I thought a lot of people did that, and then when I was an adult, and then just being around anyone or going to a friend's house, I'm like, oh, you don't eat like how I eat? Like, I think one time someone was like, well, I have to go to the store and get manwich. And I was like, what's manwich?
What is manwich?
Like sloppy joes in a can.
Got it.
And then I think you just like add it to ground beef. But my mom always made like homemade sloppy joes. And like we just had homemade everything.
And so to be able to do that for your kids is the impactful part to you?
Well, and like just my dad grilling and cooking, and then growing up and just having all of that. And then I never thought I would be canning for a living, because I remember as the kids have gotten older, and I think as the farm has grown, it's been harder to keep up with like bread and jelly and canning because there's just so much work. But in the beginning when we opened, we did a lot of canning, like 500 stewed tomatoes for customers. And
I didn't know you do that.
yeah, I just started back. So I have like 7 at the stand now.
Okay.
But I was like, I grew up canning and now I'm doing it for a living. It's a lot of work.
Full circle.
And I never expected to be doing that. So it's kind of funny that I just like learned it. And I would love to teach like people how to do it because it's just so rewarding. And I think a lot of people want to know, but they get intimidated because, it's work and a little bit of science, but it's not too bad.
I agree. Where can people find you? Website, Instagram, Facebook?
Yes. Facebook, Instagram. We do have a website.
Is it all
It's all Mick Farms?
Just Mick Farms?
Yeah, I think the website is mickfarmsmarket.com.
Okay.
And then I think that link is also on Facebook and Instagram.
And I'll link everything in the show notes so that there's a link out. And for anybody watching, listening, if you have questions about any of it, you leave it in the comments. We will be sure to forward them to her. But obviously you can click out and go to their Instagram or Facebook page. And of course, if you are in town, you definitely want to visit the farm. Because it is an experience.
Yes, we're going to go tomorrow. There's other things you talked about that I need. I need stewed tomatoes. I need okra. Anyway.
But ultimately, this was the perfect conversation to have on this first day of spring.
Yes, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is one of the things that I always want to talk about more: quality of food, be really paying attention and being mindful
setting
of the
goals.
Setting
Setting goals and achieving them,
all
having patience.
All of those things are some of my favorite topics. So this was a really good moment in time to have this talk. So once again, thank you for joining us. And for all of you guys watching, make sure you do all the things that people do on podcasts, like, subscribe, comment, share, all of that. And until next time, peace out, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Yes, it was fun.